Hello everyone, Neorashi here, and I'm doing this a little late, although I'm still Monday as time of recording, so I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, it's time for my manga review of the week, and today I'm going to talk about a manga that I've mentioned not long ago, actually mentioned it 2 days ago, and it is Volume 1 of Akane-banashi. Um, I've heard about Akane-banashi sometime last year. I'm gonna check quickly. Um, when did I put my name on it? Because as far as the anime goes, I'm the one who put my name in for character moderation. So, um, but the day I put my name in is the day I heard it for the first time. So, when I put my name, August 4th of last year. So it's been a little over 9 months since I first heard of that series. And the main reason why I decided to pick it up, even though I had never heard of it before, and by the time that I even heard of it, there were already, I think, 12 or no more than that, probably around probably around 17 or 18 volume out in Japanese. And the reason for that is because the main focus of the series is a form of storytelling that is known as Rakugo. Rakugo is a form of storytelling that I've been interested in since the first time I've heard about it, which was thanks to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, which the fourth chapter of that game heavily focuses on Rakugo. And at the same time, the chapter, this chapter that focuses on Rakugo ended up being my favorite filler chapter of the entire series. Anyway, enough about Ace Attorney. Now let's talk about Akane-banashi. Uh, I started to watch the anime before. I actually only started to read this one. I read this one on Thursday, I think. Well, I finished it Thursday morning, and it features the first three episodes of the anime. So if you watch the anime and watch at least the first three episodes, you already know the content of that volume. And honestly, I loved it. I loved Akane. Both as a child and as a teenager, because the series begin when she's like 10 years old, 10 or 11 years old, and then after chapter 1 or after episode 1 of the anime, there's a 6 years time skip where the main story really begins. And I really like her personality, how she's kind of a tomboy when she's a child, something that I personally like because I've always liked tomboys, even when I was myself a young teenager. I like most of my female friends were tomboys, so I grew to really like them. So I have a strong preference for them in manga in general. But I really like her personality when she grows up too. She kept her kind of bratty attitude, but at the same time you can see that she's really determined to be a great Rakugoka, which is pretty awesome. Um, I don't like what pushed her to become a great Rakugoka. However, if you watch the first episode of the anime, you probably know why. I really don't like how Akane's father and his classmates in the Rakugo school he attended to were just expelled. I've read I've read the synopsis of the other volumes that I have because if you watch my weekly haul, you know that I got the 15th first volume of the series already. So I started to get a feeling of why he was expelled, but I don't like how it's just never explained, and I fear that the part where um, it is explained why he was kicked out of the school will not be covered in the anime. But I digress. I hope I'm wrong. Um, even though there's only one volume here, Akane already gets a um, lot of character development, and I don't mean between the first chapter and the time skip. I mean even after the time skip, she gets a fair amount of character development, which is pretty cool. And um, something I wish we would have seen both in the anime and the manga is her actual training with her teacher. Uh, because after the time skip, she does get to perform for the first time in front of a public, uh, but it's quickly shown that for the entirety of the 6 years during the time skip, she has trained um, under someone to um, become a rakugoka. So I'm guessing we will get a couple like I'm guessing we will get a couple flashback where we see them. We see that actually we do get a flashback where she actually begs her would-be teacher to teach her. So that gives me hope that we will see more later. But I still wish we would, even if it's just like a montage of a few pages where we see her grow up and not just a time skip. That would have been nice. That said, as someone who is not really knowledgeable about Rakugo in general, but is still interested in this form of art, um, I think that despite Rakugo being more something that you would enjoy listening to rather than read, um, I think that Akane-banashi so far does a great job doing that because although we cannot hear the character talk, we can still kind of get the feel of their performance thanks to their uh, facial expression, which is pretty cool. The facial expression are also seen in the anime, so you might want to watch the anime for that. But so far the manga is really great. Definitely looking forward to read the other volumes in the series. So I would give Akane-banashi Volume 1 a 9 out of 10. Not perfect. I actually prefer the anime so far. But as of right now, as of when I'm recording this, there's 21 volume of the manga, 16 which are out in English, which means that the manga will go way beyond what the anime covers unless we get more than one season. As for the availability, I'm probably just going to check my usual manga store because that's where I got all of them except volume 16. I ordered volume 16 on Indigo. But yeah, Akane-banashi. Also, my manga store has both the French and English. So you can get volume 1 in French for $5.95, which is they have a discount. I'm just gonna write 01. Yeah, Akane-banashi English. Volume 1, oh, they have only one copy, so you might want to go to Indigo instead. So let's check. Akane-banashi 01. Okay, they don't seem to have it. Oh, if I type just one, yeah, for some reason it, unless I have to press enter. Oh, okay, yeah, they have it. Okay, so this is the English version. So in English, this is not my postal code, so I don't mind saying this. I don't even know why they defaulted to that. Um, but it is available for shipping for $12.99. Though, although for you will need to order at least $49 worth of stuff if you want free shipping. Otherwise, it's like $5. It's not. If you live in Canada, it's like $5 shipping, so it's really not that bad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.